Hello children, in the previous class I explained about the terms related to the concave mirror. So now in this class, how can we represent the pole and center of curvature and as well as radius of curvature, focus and focal length in case of the convex mirror, and as well as how to draw the normal to both spherical mirrors, convex mirror as well as concave mirror. Now after that I am going to teach rules to draw the ray diagrams in case of the convex mirror. So first of all, how to represent the pole, center of curvature and principal axis and aperture, radius of curvature, focal length and focus for convex mirror I am going to explain. So now consider, so this is a curved surface. So now how I can convert this curved surface into convex mirror. So but this curved surface has the two surfaces, one is the inner and next one is the outer. If the inner surface is coated with opaque substance or red lead oxide, now this spherical surface or curved surface become the convex mirror. So this convex mirror, another name is the divergent mirror. Divergent mirror. Now this inner is the opaque substance or it is a non-reflecting surface, and outer, this is outer. So this outer is a reflecting surface and nothing but, so what is the convex mirror? The spherical mirror whose outer surface is the reflecting surface. Now for this one, how can I represent the aperture, pole, center of curvature, principal axis and all other things I am going to explain. Now this is the reflecting surface. If we measure this length of the reflecting surface, so that can be called as aperture. So this m dash, and from m to n dash by using a scalar, any measurement thing. So when we measure the length or distance, this distance will be called as what? Aperture. So after measuring the aperture, you get some length or distance. So in the half of the length or half of the distance, so next you put the midpoint of this convex mirror can be called as what? Pole. The midpoint of the convex mirror is called as pole. After that, when I draw a sphere by taking this convex mirror as a part, and by taking this convex mirror as a part, so when I draw the sphere, you get a sphere. The center of the sphere will be called as, now let us imagine this is the center of the sphere. So this center of the sphere will be called as what? Center of curvature for this convex mirror. And the distance between these pole line, the distance between the pole and center of curvature is known as the radius of curvature. So after that, so now this convex mirror has two surfaces. Inner is the opaque and outer is the highly reflecting surface. So from which side the light will be incident? Inner side or outer side? So the outer side will be under nothing but this is the outer surface is the reflecting. So that's why when the light is fall on the surface, then only it can be reflected. So that's why I am imagining. So now consider. So after that, before going to the discuss about the focus, or how can we draw the principal axis? How can we draw the principal axis? When I draw a imaginary line that is passing through the pole and as well as center of curvature, so that is called as principal axis. So this is the principal axis for the convex mirror. Now come to the focus. So now imagine, so this is a parallel beam of light. This is a parallel beam of light. So which is coming from a distant source of object. Distant source of object. Now consider, so this is a parallel beam of light. So it is coming from a distant source of the light. So now when this parallel beam of light and which is parallel to principal axis is incident on the convex mirror. So after reflection, what happened? After reflection again, what is the reflection? Returning of the light into same medium. Now it is coming from in this medium. So after reflection, it is also reflected into same medium. So now imagine. So this is the focus. This is the focus means how the rays are reflected. So now consider this the first ray, this is the second ray, third and fourth, fifth. So if the first ray is incidenting on the convex mirror, now imagine, now it will be reflected like this. Reflected like this. So now when I extended the reflected ray back side, so now I am extending, it will meet at a point on the principal axis. And after that, now come to the second ray. If the second ray is incidenting on this convex reflecting surface, what happened? Again it is reflected into same medium. Now imagine, so this is reflected like this. Again when it is extended back, it will meet at a point on the principal axis. Now come to the third ray. So if the third ray is coming like this, incident at the pole, after that again it can be retraces back. Later we discuss how it is possible. So when I extended back, what is happening? It is meeting at a point here on the principal axis. In the same way, when I draw the reflected rays for 4 and 5, so they are like this. How to draw? Later we discuss. So when these are the reflected rays. So when I extended back, all reflected rays are extended back. What is happening? They are appears to meet. They doesn't really meet because they are extending back. They are extending back. So that's why when all reflected rays are extending back, they will meet at a point on the principal axis. So that point is called focus. That point is called the focus. When all reflected rays are extending back, they will meet at a point on the principal axis. That point is called the focus. And the distance between the focus and pole, or the pole and focus, will be called as focal length. So this is the information about the aperture, pole, center of curvature, radius of curvature, principal axis, and as well as the focus and focal length. And next I am going to explain how to draw the normal for concave mirror as well as the convex mirror. So why to draw the normal, and nothing but what is the importance of the normal, I am going to explain. So now consider it is a concave mirror. So concave mirror means what? If the outer surface is coated with red lead oxide, now it become concave. Now for this concave mirror, so what it have? It have the aperture, pole and center of curvature, and as well as the focus. So when I am representing the concave mirror from onwards, you have to represent all these things. We have what we have to represent? Its aperture as well as pole, center of curvature, focus, and as well as principal axis. But when you are drawing, take one precaution. What is that? So what the distance you are taking between P and F, the same distance must you have to take focus and center of curvature. That is important. So now it is a concave mirror. So now I am going to draw the normal. So for this concave mirror at any point. So why I should draw the normal? To measure the angle of incidence and angle of reflection, or to draw the diagrams, different types of images formed by the concave mirror or convex mirror. So you should know the normal. So then only we can find the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Otherwise, we can't draw the diagrams, or we can't find the where the image is formed in case of the concave mirror and convex mirror. So first of all, so I am taking a incident ray which is coming in any direction. For example, consider, so this is a light ray. This light ray is coming in a particular direction and incidenting on the concave mirror at point, for example, that is considered, that point is A. Now this ray will be called as what? Incident ray. This incident ray is coming from object. Object is somewhere. Now with what angle it is incidenting? On the convex mirror. So how I know? To know that, I have to draw the normal. How I draw the normal? The simple technique is nothing but by taking the scale. So now joining, this point is called what? This is an incident ray. So and after coming, the incident ray is incidenting on the point A on the convex mirror. That's why this is called the point of incidence on the concave mirror. So what is the point of incidence? A. Simple join the point of incidence and center of curvature with help of a scale. So that will be called as normal. This is called as the normal for this convex mirror where at point A. At point A. Now after drawing the normal, then find the, by using protractor, then find the angle between the normal and incident ray. Now that will be called as angle of incidence. Angle of the incidence. So now how can you know the angle of reflection and as well as how can you draw the reflected ray? Already you know the laws of reflection. So with what angle the incident ray is reflected? With same angle it can be reflected. So that is simple technique to draw the reflected ray. By taking protractor again, so set a angle by taking the normal as a reference. So now then the same angle is adjusted. For example, if this I is equal to 40 degrees, so then by using protractor set the same angle of reflection, that is 40. So after that, from the point of incident, so now join the, by taking protractor, put a 40 degrees at the exactly opposite to the 40 degrees. Then after that, draw the reflected ray. Now imagine this is the reflected ray. Now what is this angle? This angle will be called as angle of reflection. So to draw the reflected ray, to find the angle of incident, to find the angle of reflection, what is required? Normal is required. So that's why that is the importance of the normal. What is the importance of the normal? To find the angle of incidence, to find the angle of reflection, as well as to draw the reflected ray. So the normal must be required. That's why that is the importance. So this is the normal to draw the concave mirror. For example, so this is a point C. Sorry, not C. Already C is there. This is a point N. So at this point, how I draw the normal? Simple, by joining this point and center of curvature with help of a scale. Now this will be called as normal. This will be called as the normal at point N in case of the concave mirror. Next come to the convex mirror. Now consider this is a curved surface. How I can convert this curved surface or spherical surface into the convex mirror? Simple. It has two surfaces. If the inner surface is coated with the red lead oxide, then now it becomes the convex mirror. So again, when we draw the convex mirror, you have to represent the aperture, center of curvature, pole and focus, principal axis. Now consider this is the principal axis for this convex mirror, and this is considered the aperture, this is the pole, and now imagine here the center of curvature. So between P and C, what is there? Focus is there. So this is the representation of which mirror? Convex mirror. So on which side the light is reflected? On reflecting side. Now on reflecting side. So this is the reflecting surface, or this side is the reflecting, outer surface is the reflecting, inner is the coated with the opaque substance. So that's why to draw the normal at a point on the convex mirror. So take that point. For example, I want to draw the normal at this point. How I draw the normal? Simple. By joining that point and center of curvature with the help of a scale. Now this represent the normal for which mirror? Convex mirror. Next, for example, so let us consider. So this is a light ray coming in this direction. This is a light ray. It is coming from a source or object, and it is incidenting on the convex mirror at this point. Now this point is called as what? Point of incidence. Now how I can draw the normal for this point of incidence, and how I can find the angle of incidence and angle of reflection? Simple. First of all, by taking the point of incidence and center of curvature, so with help of the scale and join them, is exactly not same. So now this is the normal for this point on the convex mirror. Now measure the angle between the now find the angle between the normal and incident ray. Now that will be called as angle of incidence. After that, so with the same angle, draw the reflected ray. Now this will be called as reflected ray, and this angle between the normal and reflected ray is called as what? Angle of the reflection. If I equal to 30 degrees, R is also 30 degrees. So now this is the importance of the normal and how to draw the normal in case of concave mirror and convex mirror. And next I am moving to rules to draw the ray diagrams in case of convex mirror. So next I am explaining about the rules to draw a ray diagram in case of convex mirror. The first rule is first one, select two or more rays from top or tip of object. So how many minimum rays are required to form the image or to draw the image formed by the concave mirror? Minimum how many rays? 2 is enough. So select 2 or more. Which rays? Incident rays actually. 2 or more incident rays. From top or tip of the object. This is the first rule. So now in that 2 rays, to draw the diagrams very simply, so we have to use 3 rays. One is the parallel to principal axis, and second one is the ray passing through center of curvature, and third one is the ray passing through focus. In these 3, you take any 2. If these 3 are not possible, you draw the incident ray in any direction. So select 2 or more I am saying. So in these two incident rays, to draw the ray diagram simply. So which type of incident rays we have to take generally? One is the incident ray parallel to principal axis, or the ray which is passing through center of curvature, or the ray which is passing through focus. So you will clearly know when I am explaining. So first of all, select two or more incident rays from top or tip of the object. I am explaining in case of only concave mirror. Now consider, so this is a concave mirror. This is a concave mirror. So this is the pole, this is the focus, this is the center of curvature. Now imagine this is the object. Imagine this is the object. So this object is on the principal axis and above the principal axis. On the this object is called extended object. We are going to discuss about only rules to draw the ray diagram in case of concave mirror. If the object is extended, the object is extended, it may be called as extended object. So what is the first rule? Select two or more. Select or draw, may be called as what? Draw. Select or draw two or more incident rays from top. This is called top or tip of the object. So now I am selecting two or more rays. So one ray, I am selecting one ray, so which is parallel to principal axis. First ray I am selecting, so this is called top or tip of object. From the top of the object, I am selecting a incident ray. Incident ray means the ray which is coming towards the mirror. This is an incident ray. So this incident ray is what is happening. This incident ray is parallel to principal axis. This is called the principal axis. And second ray. So the second ray is also you have to select from top of the object that is passing through center of curvature. Now consider this is the incident ray that is passing through center of curvature. And you have to select another ray. Already I said what is that? So one is the another one is the ray, the incident ray. Selected from which one? Select from top of the object that must be passes through. This is the focus. So actually 2 is enough, but here I am taking 3. So what are the 3 simple incident rays to draw the ray diagrams? First one is a ray which is parallel to principal axis, and second one is the ray passing through focus, and third one is the incident ray passing through center of curvature. If 3 is not possible, select the ray in any direction. So the latter I will tell how to take that ray. So these are the 3 rays. One is the parallel to principal axis, and second one is the passing through focus, and third one is the passing through center of curvature. This is the first rule. And come to the second rule. Second rule. If the incident ray is parallel to principal axis, if the incident ray is parallel, if the incident ray is parallel to principal axis, so what happened? After reflection, it passes through focus. It passes through focus. So this is the second rule. So what I said, you have to draw the 2 or more incident rays. Okay, if you draw or if you select some rays. So if you select some rays, in that rays, if any ray is parallel to principal axis, so after reflection, it must be passes through where? Focus, and the reflected ray will passes through what? Focus. So now imagine, so this is the concave mirror. This is the pole, so consider this is the center of curvature. Between them what is the focus. Now consider here is an object somewhere on the principal axis. So what I said, if the incident ray is parallel to principal axis, this is the principal axis. What is the first rule? Select incident ray from where? Top or tip. This is our top or tip. So from this I am selecting a ray. So that is parallel to principal axis. I am selecting the ray from top of object. The ray must be what? Parallel to principal axis. Now I am drawing a incident ray. So now that is parallel to principal axis. This ray is parallel to principal axis. Is after incidenting at a point. So after reflection, what happened? It passes through focus. This is the incident ray. This is the incident ray. Is incidenting on the concave mirror. How it is? It is parallel to principal, and this is the principal axis. This incident ray is parallel. So after reflection, what happened? It is after incidenting, it will be reflected. How it is reflected? It will be reflected such that it passes through focus. Now we have to draw a ray, so that is joining the focus and point of incidence. Now this is the called reflected ray corresponding to this incident ray, which is parallel to the principal axis. So now this is called the second rule. Now come to the third rule. So the third rule is reverse of it. So what is it? If the incident ray is parallel to principal axis, after reflection, what is happening? It is passes through focus. If the incident ray is passes through focus, what happened? Reflected ray is parallel to principal axis. What is the third rule? If the incident ray passes through focus after reflection, reflected ray is parallel to principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis. So now consider, so this is a concave mirror. Now consider, here is object. Here is the object. So now which type of incident ray I have to select? So the incident ray passes through focus. So from where we have to select? From, according to first rule, it must be select from top. Now I am drawing the incident ray, so that is selecting from top of object, and after selecting from top of object, the incident ray must be passes through focus. So the incident ray is passes through focus. So after incident, what happened? Reflection takes place. If the reflection takes place, how the reflected ray? The reflected ray is parallel to principal axis. So at what point it is incidenting? So from that point you have to draw a parallel ray. After that you put arrow mark, that is away from the mirror. Now it becomes the reflected ray. Remember, in case of the incident ray, the arrow mark is towards the mirror. In case of the reflected ray, the arrow mark is away from the mirror. Remember it, arrow marks are very important to represent what is the incident ray and what is the reflected ray. So now, what is the third rule? If the incident ray is passes through focus, okay, if this is the incident ray coming from the top of the object and passes through focus, it is incidenting on the concave mirror. So after reflection, how it is? It is parallel to the principal axis. This is the third rule. And next, coming to the fourth rule. The fourth rule is, if the incident ray passes through center of curvature, what happened? That can be explained. So if the incident ray passes through center of curvature after reflection, reflected ray returns along the same path. This is the fourth rule. What is the fourth rule? If the incident ray passes through whom? Center of curvature. So the first, what is the second rule? If the incident ray is parallel to principal axis, and the third one is the passing through focus, and fourth one is the passing through center of curvature. So now imagine, so this is a concave mirror. Children, I am not drawing perfectly curved surface, so adjust it. So now consider, so this is a concave mirror. This is the focus of concave mirror, pole. Let us imagine focus, this is the center of curvature. Remember, the distance between the pole and focus and center of curvature must be the same. Now imagine this is the object. This is the object. So from where I have to select the rays? From top. So okay, when I am drawing the incident ray, so what is the condition here? The ray must be passes through center of curvature. So I am drawing, remember it. So okay, I am selecting a ray from top of object and it must be passes through center of curvature. After incidenting the concave mirror, what happened? This is an incident ray. After incidenting, what happened? It can return along the same path until incident అవుతుంది మళ్ళీ back వచ్చేస్తుంది ఇట్నే. So this is the incident ray and as well as simple again draw the reverse and returns along the same path. So if the incident ray passes through center of curvature, what is happening? After incidenting, again it return along the same path. So these are the rules to draw the ray diagram in case of concave mirror. These are the 4 rules are very important. So if you know the rules, so we can also easily learn the different types of images formed by the concave mirror. So if it is not possible, if these 3 rays are not possible,